Hello, this is Trevor. Today we're working on a prototype pollution lab in PortSwigger's Web Security Academy. It is client-side prototype pollution via browser APIs. So it's DOM XSS via client-side, and they attempted to patch it via browser APIs. Interesting. Those are on DOM Invader. Okay, let's check it out. Please let me know what you want to see next. I got Hack the Box. That'd be kind of cool. I got Try Hack Me, Hack the Box. We could do like some juice shop stuff that doesn't require, any account. So let me know what you want to see. All right, enough fooling around. We got everything working. Let's go through this a little bit manually, and then if we don't see anything, we will open up the DOM Invader. I need to change this. All right, let's see what we collected. It's via, remember, this one's via a client-side or a browser API. What? Come on. Let's, sure. Let's look at the response. So, get a mail mass, is that a review? Submit feedback. All right, displayed feedback. Okay. Hope I didn't already miss it. Is there any scripts? Nope. There's the dparam one. We're used to that one. And logger configurable. Bet it's going to be in that. dparam we're used to by now. We don't need to go through that. The logger configurable.js. So right here's if we can get one in here, right? Because this is the options for fetch. It has method, keep alive, and body. There's like headers, object. We'll look up what that could be, but there's one. Config equal. So config equal. So here's another. We could maybe set new URL location search params to string. Transport URL. This is where they're talking about they're trying to protect it. The developers looked at it and are trying to protect it. But what's interesting is they configurable, writable, false. They have a value set, but not on params. If config, well, it's got to be in transport URL, right? So since it's transport URL, let's look. I remember it talking a little bit about this. So I'm going to look it up in browser APIs, right? There's the fetch. But we found, okay, let's do this. Instead of goofing off, let's go to the intercept, open browser, and let's have this tool be our finder. Let's copy this and go to here. And let's move this to 4. Control Shift I. Already found a sink, which is awesome. Or a source, I guess. This is in prototype pollution. So let's see let's see what happens when we scan for gadgets. Well, it did that. Outer HTML. Script.source. This is that one that we were talking about. What is it? Target transport URL. So it just did it like this. What does test do? DOM invader. View page source. This is client side, so it's not going to be there. Inspect. Let's move this to the side. Not to the left. That is psychopathic. All right, here we go. And I'm going to search for DOM underscore. It says it didn't find it. Let's try changing this to transport URL. DOM. It did not find it. Blah. Let's copy this and go back because I want all of this stuff and replace this ampersand this. Still did not find it. Where does that? Let's go back to history. Right here, we want to see. I want to see where this gets written. So it just writes it body.append. So it writes it to the end of the file. So it should be at the bottom right here, if we actually get it to work. What if we params and then set new URL location dot search params dot to string search params. So what if we did params, proto params? We need to exploit the transport URL, but let config. This is the one. All right, let's look at what it says. Browser APIs. So the browser API, the website bypass the measures they've taken. It's probably, so right here, get URI, URL. That's the browser. That's a browser. API. Body. So we should be getting this post. Oh, I gotta import this one. We are not so far polluting that. Logger. JSON stringify params. So what if, so in the params, this gets log query params. If config.params, and we have to have a search to get this called. It's called on load. So it'll deparam, and it tries to combat this by setting that to false. So we need to have search so that we get past this. Let's do this. All right, let's figure out. I'm still not 100% on how these work. Proto. We want, and we want search. Proto, we want to be, will be in params. I just don't know. But why don't we see any of these params in the body of that post? Oh, maybe it's because I'm doing it. Well, no. We figured out. Let's just see. And let me send this to repeater just so I have it available. I don't have to keep finding it. Nothing. Connection. What else? Let's try setting a header. I just want to see if we can. Proto header equals didn't get a, it should do it on load. Oh, we're going to have to turn off this. Let's take this to here so that we're not auto attacking it. Inspect. Let's move this to the side, to the right, and let's look at the network and reload. We don't have a post here. That's the get. Why don't we have a post? So we got this add event listener that fires on load, calls search logger. Search logger sets this object config. First property is params, and it uses dparams to, what's this URL? Search params. Well, whatever. And then transport URL. So it sets all of that. And then it writes a script if transport URL is set. So again, this is our target. Writes that, and then if config dot params. So if there's actually params and config params search, it calls this fetch. So I'm ignoring the dparams because I thought I knew better, but let's check dparam. Where the hell is it? Come on. What are you doing? There it is. Send to repeater. Let's look at this. Functions has an object. Coerce, if not params, return objects. We can do a break here. Let's start debugging. We'll go to inspector. No, debugger. All right. We're going to go resources, JS. Let's start here. And the first thing I want to do is I want to stop here. No, I want to stop here and take a look at the config object to see what that exists of. Let's do this. And config. Let me click on it. How do I? There we go. So it has search. It has headers. Proto. Let's check the prototype. Has this. Prototype has headers too. Sweet. So, maybe if config params and param search, yep. Await logger. So it's going to come up here. Let's, what do I want to do? There we go. I'm going to step into right here, post stringify params. Interesting. So we should now window fetch headers member cannot be converted. All right, let's try in this stringify params. Let's stop this or just play it. And then here, let's try transport URL. We'll play that. Oh, did we already play it? And we're here. So config transport URL is false here, but the prototype has it as this, right? So it already went past this. Fetch post parameter. networking. Here's the post, request, search, blah. All right, so that worked. And now we're at failed storing query. Why? What was returned? Response headers. 200 okay with no data. I wonder why this is saying. And now we come back. And now we're outside, so I can play here. Now if I do console, how do I get, can I get the console window? Show split console, there we go. If I now look at config, how do I get the config object? Oh, it's scoped to this. Let config params this transport URL is false, and then they define there's a thing in here. Prototype define property right here. Just like fetch. Oh yeah, I did take notes on this. 1 second. Let me see. Where do I want? Techniques. Prototype pollution. It was... Crap, maybe I didn't. Value. Looks like I executed, but I guess I didn't. So we're gonna set, I'm trying to remember what I did. It was like dot value. It was in one of the talks, maybe. Like this one. This. Object prototype dot value. That's what we're going to put. Because... Yeah. All right. So I want to go here. Prototype value. Transport URL will now equal DOM invader. Hey, right there. Woo. And if we go in inspector, we can see it right there. Awesome. Just to kind of show you, I guess, to do a little quick explanation of what this means. So, and I swear, I thought I did. Give me 1 second here. I thought I wrote this out because it was mind-blowing to me. CD, where is it? Hacking techniques proto. Nope, I guess I didn't. All right, well, let's try it. So I'm going to define, so const object A will be an object. And then we're going to do, I need to do it this, yeah, this is fine, at the breakpoint. We're going to go back to this one, and I'm going to do it very same. So we define an object, and then we're going to define a property that's not configurable and is not writable. Actually, let's do this. Object A is an empty object, right? Now I'm going to define const object B equals 1, let's do A 1 and B 2. Oh crap, I already messed up. Whatever, we'll do object C. And now I want object C to have a proto of object A, right? Cool. I'm going to take and do, I'm going to pollute object A. So I'm going to do, is that right? Do I want to, yeah, I think I want to pollute it first. Object A will say, what's my scheme? I think I'm on C equals 3. But no, I wanted to pollute it first. So I'm going to do object. I'm doing a terrible job. I'm going to change this object C. So our child object, I'm going to pollute the parent proto, and I'm going to set the dot value equals to something crazy. Object C, maybe this needs dot. That looks promising. Okay, now we've got object A has the value, right? And I'm going to take object C and I'm going to set the some special property to equals false, and I'm going to object C dot define property. No, that's not a function. Oh, object dot define property. Sorry, my bad. Object define property. This may not work because I poisoned my object A, and not that it's not going to work. I poisoned my object A instead of the original object. So let me trash all this. I need to go to debugger. Let's click this through and refresh the page, and then go to console, and I'll try it one more time. So I'm going to poison the type, the object type, right? So I'm going to say const my or obj A equals an object with an A property equal to 1 and a proto which is proto.value equal to not 2. Object missing. Oh, crap. Missing after property. Proto. Dang it. Sorry. It's a total waste of time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain it. Let's look through this. I guess I could have just copied this stuff out. So let's do it in here. It's a much better idea. Okay, so I'm going to define a property. My object existing. Okay. Good so far. We've got my object equal has a property, named property with a value, right? And then we're going to lock it down. Oh, right. Yeah. Locking it down. That means that property is not configurable and not writable, right? Cool. Now, if we try to define it, since we've marked it as not configurable and not writable, this should error. So if we take a look at my object, we can see that change did not take place. And if we alert, we see perfect, just what we wanted. We cannot change it, whatever. But if we take the prototype, so this is the object prototype, the one this is our object is based on, and set this value property equal to something else, right? And then if we do that first, this is going to, and then we try to set this property, let's do 1, just so we can differentiate it. So we polluted the value with overwritten. We're now creating a new object named myObject1 with a property name of property, and this is its value. Now we're going to try to lock it down. The problem is, at this point, the horse has already left the stable, or the house is already, whatever, that it's too late at this point because of this. Now that we're configuring it as non-configurable and not writable, I need to make this say 1. Look, it's overwritten. See, the horse has left the barn. Too late there. And then finally it's showing if we alert. It shows the, that's because I did my object and not my object 1. There you go. Overwritten. And that's all because we polluted the object prototype first before we tried to lock down before the script tried to lock down use this define property stuff. Here's where you can find more of it, more information on that. All right, back to our exploit. So we've got this one solved, right? All we need to do, copy this 3. Python utils, create script. So like I said, this is a new machine. Hopefully everything works. Vim client looks like it. Well, except for this. Vim client side prototype pollution via browser APIs. Let's get our URL, which is this one. I'm going to put that here. And make it a comment. Blog.get response URL blog.is solved. The URL is going to be blog.base URL plus it's going to be the same as what we had it in like the first one. Is this? Yeah, like this. We did params here. I mean, I guess we can do params. Except for I do need to, we need a search blah, and the value of proto value. Params. Let's add, oh, we already have search proto, change word, value equals this, data alert. Right? Proto value data alert. And that's going to set the transport URL to what we want. Params equals params. And we don't want get response, right? We want something else. Oh, I guess we do. Never mind. That's it. All right. Let's see if we've got it solved. No. We want search to be first. We better do this freaking without params. I want this. And then I want to change DOM invader for data, comma, alert, 1, that, DT there. There we go. Sweet. Very cool. So that's prototype pollution via browser APIs. And that was because of that freaking object.define property, because we polluted the prototype's object value so that when we ran that, the value got populated down into the thing we're trying to protect. And that was the script source. So we were able to write to the page. In fact, if I inspect this, you can see, well, this is the DOM invader, but this is where we wrote the new script with our payload. Very cool. Well, if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Goodbye.